Hi there, this week we are going to be reviewing author's purpose. Now, before winter break, I'd gone over author's purpose with you a few times. So this week, I'm going to go over author's purpose again, just as a little review, a little refresher, okay? Because it's been some time since we've talked about this. And this is really important whenever we're reading a story, because author's purpose is whenever the author writes a story, a book, and they're trying to either persuade you, the reader, inform the reader, or entertain the reader, right? So let's start off with persuade. Go ahead and say the word persuade. Excellent job. Persuade. Persuade. The author is trying to get the reader to think a certain way or to do something. So who is the reader? That's me and you, right? Whoever is reading or listening to the story. That's the reader. So before we talk about persuade, it's important to know what the word opinion means. Opinion. Opinion, and I'm going to talk about this more in the next video because we're also learning about persuasive text, which has a lot to do with the word persuade. Okay? Opinion is whenever you feel a certain way about something. For example, I'm going to give you an opinion, my opinion. I think mint chocolate chip ice cream is the best flavor. That's my opinion. There's a lot of people that are going to be like, no, it's not. Rocky Road is. Or homemade vanilla is. Does that make me wrong? Does it make you right? Or vice versa? Meaning you're right, I'm wrong, I'm right, you're wrong? No, it just means that that's our opinion. That's how we feel about ice cream. We have our favorites, and that's okay. All right? So when we come to persuade, the author's trying to get the reader to think a certain way or to do something. The author's trying to get us, the reader, to agree with what they're writing, right? What their story's about. Okay? So here's an example of a little flyer. Best carnival rides of the year. Okay? So is there only one carnival in the whole world for one time a year? No. So this flyer is saying it's the best one out there. That is an opinion. They're trying to persuade you. They're trying to convince you that, hey, you need to come because these are the best rides of the year. They're trying to persuade you. Some examples of persuading text are flyers, ads, and commercials. So I've given the example in the past about McDonald's. Sometimes you'll be watching TV and you'll see a commercial for McDonald's or wherever, and they're trying to get you and me to want to go buy their food, right? They're trying to convince us like, hey, you need to come buy this food. You'll get a cool toy, or this is the best food there is. They're trying to convince you, persuade you. Okay? All right, let's move on to inform. Okay, inform. The author, go ahead and say the word, inform. Good job. Inform. The author is giving the reader facts or information about a given topic. The text is nonfiction. So, you're going to be, with information books, when the author is trying to give you, inform you, they're telling you real things. You're going to see photographs. You're going to get real facts about a topic. For example, if I showed you a book over the moon, you'd be learning real information about the moon, right? The author is trying to inform you, give you real information, teach you. All right, last one. Entertain. Oh, I'm sorry. So sorry. The examples for inform are science and social studies books, maybe National Geographic magazine for kids. That's a good example of inform. The author of those magazines is trying to give you, the reader, real information about animals, about insects, about just different science-related things. Entertain. Go ahead and say the word entertain. Good job. Entertain. The author is telling the reader a fictional story. Well, fictional, that's important to know what fictional means. Fictional means fake, not real, made up, right? So, some examples would be fairy tales, mystery books, books that have magic, right? So, in books that the author's trying to entertain you, you might have talking animals, you might have some magic, some fairies. Usually things wouldn't really happen in real life, right? It's made up. Okay, so that's just a quick little review over author's purpose. Again, we have persuade. the author is trying to convince you. Inform, the author is trying to teach you. And entertain, the author is trying to get you to enjoy the book. All right, hope you enjoyed today's little review.